You know that really nice fluid sound that guitar players like Jimi Hendrix have? They're sort of effortlessly flowing all around the neck. I want to show you a Jimi Hendrix-style lick and how we can move that and unlock the fretboard. If you don't know, my name is Gaughan. I've been helping guitar players for over 20 years really bridge the gap between their creative ideas and what they're able to play, becoming fully fretboard fluent. If you would, please hit the subscribe and bell notification to get more videos on how to make your guitar playing better. So this lick happens a lot in Hendrix style of playing especially. I'm going to play it in D major. What we're doing here is just taking our regular old D major bar chord, right? 5 on the A string and then 7, 7, 7. Don't even worry about that 5 on the E. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 5, it's my root note, and I'm going to do 5, 7, 9. And then I'm going to take my first finger and I'm going to bar right here. And what I can do is hammer on this 9, and this is sort of the way that Hendrix would do it. Hammer on that 9 on the A while playing the 7 on the D. I can also do that with the D and the G string and the G and the B string. Right? Really, really cool sound. And what's really happening there is playing the major pentatonic. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. And it sort of ends right there, you know, in those licks. Cool. What's happening there is if you know your first or like main position of your major pentatonic, the one that we learned first is, since I'm in D, is right here, pinky. Cool. It's just playing that scale, right? You can see that that 7th fret is the backbone of that scale, right? And then you have your 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, right? And that's sort of where the lick stops. So then we still have 10 on the B, and then 7, 10 on the E string. So really, really cool sound, and that can help us bridge this A shape of the cage system to my to my G shape of D, right? Right there, of of the cage system, which really outlines that sort of major pentatonic pretty well. So it's like, oh, that's happening. That's cool. That like helps me bridge what I'm seeing here. Cool. All right, that works. Opens up the neck a little bit from back here, like this sort of 5th fret, you know, up to this 10th fret, which is really nice. So what does that mean for some of the other positions, right? The A and the G are sort of taken care of here. Well, we can get this same feel from a C shape. You know, if I'm here, D, if I'm going to play my C shape, for D, I have it right here. Now, instead of 7, 7, 7, 7, right? What it's going to be is actually going to be 2, 2, 3, 2. Okay, and you can see the shape here. So at least from the bottom string, the bottom E, you can see the 2, 3, 2, right? And then this 4 is when I can hammer on and use it, but the 2 is what's behind it, right? And then that becomes my shape. So if I do that, I can play it, and then I'm just going to hammer 2 frets above each one of these, right? And then I can play that 2nd fret down there, which is really nice, and that's sort of where where it would end. Right now, I can see where that lies in the C position. Right? I could fill in the rest of those gaps too. Now that gets me from the 2nd fret all the way up to this 10th fret. That's great. Can I use it for E? Gets a little tricky, the E to the D shape, but let's try it. Okay, we're gonna go up here. Now we already know we have this. Right, we have that shape here, and then my E shape would be right here. and my E shape can kind of bleed into my D shape. So how am I going to use this? All right, I'm going to think this shape that I did. 5, 7, 9, just 2 frets and then 2 frets. And then 7, 9, 7, 9. Okay, and then that last 7 there. Well, I could do that here. 10, 2 frets, 2 frets. 10, 12, 14. 12, 14, 12, 14. And then because of the relationship of the G to the B here and how it's going to relate to the D to the G here, it's going to be an 11 there. Okay. And why that could take me to that 11, 14 just brings me into that D shape here. And if I can really do that, and get used to those positions, and be thinking tonally of just my 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, which is what the major pentatonic is, I could start to unlock this major pentatonic around the neck. Now, if I'm looking at a diagram that has like all 5 shapes of the major pentatonic, I could start relating them, not just to the cage system, but knowing where these are. So if I'm down here, cool, I can relate it right here. I don't even have to necessarily scoot up like that. Right? I can look at it in that position and sort of notice where those shapes are. This one that we did first, which is the easiest one, I think, because it just gives us that shape. Cool. And then this one that we sort of did here. Right, gives me that D shape, but also and I can start relating those positions to the caged shapes and sort of moving this lick around, sort of as I want to. So try it, and try it with a nice layout of the 5 positions of the major pentatonic, and as you're sort of playing it, here, and noticing where it sort of lines up here, and where it lines up here. Right, where it lines up here, as well as where it lines up down here. You're really going to start opening things up, right? And getting out of this idea of like, if I have something in D major, I'm like, oh man, I really want to, play across the neck. Right? I don't really know what I'm doing necessarily, right? Or what notes I'm supposed to be hitting, when I can be thinking and really getting into these shapes as it pertains to that Hendrix lick. I hope that was helpful. Really cool way to sort of smoothly move that lick around and understand what you're doing. If you do feel like you're stuck in that really boring, robotic guitar solo plateau that we all get stuck into, and you really want to bridge the gap between your creative ideas and what you're able to play, becoming fully fretboard fluent, you can watch a free training that I provide. That link is in the description. You can book a free call, have a consultation call with me. I can lay out a nice plan that will work best for you. That link is also in the description, my email as well if you would like to reach out. And I appreciate you staying till the end of the video.